A while back, I asked my followers to give me the titles of their favorite movies. I asked for this on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok, and I got a good amount of responses in the comments. Today, I am going to be reading the comments in which you declared your favorite movies, and then I am going to be recreating the posters for those movies while also simultaneously inserting myself into those movie posters. My graphic design skills are existent. I think it's worth pointing out that this video has been a long time in the making. I originally asked for you guys to give me the titles of your favorite movies in a video that I uploaded in April, with the intent of uploading this video in May. Then I figured out that it was going to take way longer to make than I expected, so I pushed it back to June, then July, then August, then September. It is now October. Yeah, so as it turns out, this video was a little more complicated to make than I was anticipating. In order to make this video in the way that I wanted, I had to spend about 5 hours recreating the poses from the movie posters of the movies that you suggested. Then I had to take over 200 screenshots of myself recreating those poses. Then I had to go into a photo editor and painstakingly cut myself out of those screenshots, which probably took a combined total of 30 hours across several weeks. Then I had to actually recreate those posters, some of which were not easy to recreate, so that probably took another combined 8 hours or so. This project has both physically and mentally drained me. But it's fine, it's all fun and games, right guys? YouTube is fun! Alright, enough ranting. Without further ado, let's get into the movie posters. To get the ball rolling, let's start off with an easy one. Up. One of my favorite, if not my favorite Pixar movie of all time. The poster for this one was pretty simple. Just the three main characters doing their thing, swinging from their giant floating house. All I had to do was recreate the poses, place them in the corresponding spots on my replica poster, and then fill in the gaps with stock images. I hope you can kind of get a good grasp on how this video is going to work now. Yeah, you get it? Alright, good, let's move on. Megamind. Another animated classic, and quite an underrated movie if I do say so myself. I really want to nail the facial expressions of the characters in this one. DreamWorks characters always have the best expressions, and I tried my best to do them justice. Also, I couldn't find a 100% accurate M statue for the background, so I kind of had to improvise. And there you go, there's your new and improved Megamind poster. Next, Elf. Well, this one is appropriate, seeing how it is the Christmas season. This one was only slightly more work to make, seeing as I also had to write a new header for the poster, which I of course improvised on the spot while I was making it. I'm just a cotton-headed elf, the movie. F*** your spooky season, Christmas is better. Yeah, I said it. Avengers. Alright, we're getting into a little bit more complicated territory here. The Avengers poster doesn't necessarily have a simple design, but hey, I love the Avengers movie, so this one was definitely a fun one to replicate. There you go, the Avengers, featuring Iron Antonio, Captain Antonio, the Incredible Antonio, and Black Antonio. Okay, Antonio Widow. Let's say that. Let's just hope I'm not asked to recreate the other Avengers movie posters, because that would be a lot of work. Fro. I'm assuming this person was intending to comment Frozen here. You know, considering how popular this movie was when it came out, I hardly ever think about it nowadays. But yeah, this is a great movie, 10 out of 10. I had to be a little creative in how to portray myself as the snowman character, basically making it look like I decapitated myself. And you know I had to throw in some Toniverse references in there for good measure. Bam, Frozen. Next, Fight Club. Well, we've reached the first of many movies covered today that I have never seen. I've heard good things about Fight Club, and I'm sure it's a great movie. I just have better movies to watch. Like Megamind. Moving right along, Detective Pikachu. One of the better video game-centric movies out there. I love Pokemon and this movie, so recreating this poster was quite a treat. I'm clarifying this because there are movie posters coming up that were not a treat to recreate, believe you me. You like the high-quality Pokemon stock art I used? I thought I fit the design pretty well. Next, Saving Private Ryan. Guys, this is supposed to be a lighthearted, funny Photoshop video project. I don't particularly want to remake movie posters based on war movies. Is that bad? The Hobbit, another movie I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about. The poster is basically a picture of Bilbo Baggins. Or Frodo, whatever that silly goose's name is. You've probably noticed by now, but I had to get a little creative with the props I was using for various items in my recreations. I'm sorry, I just didn't have a Lord of the Rings style sword on hand at the time. Sue me. Jaws. Ah, the big scary shark movie. Good choice. You may or may not have noticed this about me, but I'm not a shark. So once again, I had to find a way to work around this fact while still including myself in the poster. And FYI, I did not insert myself into it as the swimmer. You will all now have nightmares of this. You're welcome for that. Maybe we could just limit the amount of movie poster suggestions that don't really have any human characters on them from here on out. That'd be great. Forrest Gump, you got it. This one was a pain, if not only because I had to somehow cut myself out while sitting. I didn't think it was going to be that hard, but when I was making the poster, I realized I was going to have to improvise a little bit. You're probably going to be hearing that I improvised or got creative a lot in this video. So get used to it. Blended. Really? The 2014 hit Adam Sandler movie, Blended, is your favorite movie of all time? Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, sure. There you go, there's your Blended. You don't even get a time lapse for that one. F you. The Batman. This one's a more recent one that I liked quite a bit when I saw it. I'm not the biggest fan of DC movies, but I gotta say, I would definitely watch this one again. Robert Pattinson did a fantastic job as Batman. It's a shame he never did any movies before this one. Avengers Age of Ultron. Okay, another Avengers movie. Sure. Like with the first Avengers, this one was a little more elaborate design-wise. There's just so many characters in these gosh darn movies. Yeah, this one definitely took a good amount of time to recreate properly. And yet, it still came out looking half-assed. Shrek. Well, this one was inevitable, wasn't it? Not much to say about this one. I recreated the Shrek poster. See, you can tell which character is Shrek because I colorized myself green. I also did that in the Avengers movie when I was the Hulk, in case you didn't notice that when I did that. Riddick. I had literally never heard of this movie in my life until you suggested it. So here you go, here's the Riddick poster, yippee! Who doesn't love a good Vin Diesel action movie? Me neither. Turning Red or Frankenweenie? How about both? First we'll do the poster for Turning Red. This one was incredibly easy. I literally just had to pose in virtually the same way for two different characters. There you go. Frankenweenie was a little more complex, but overall it wasn't a huge deal. I think it definitely helped that I didn't have to worry about color grading in this poster, since everything's in black and white. And there you go, two more posters recreated. Again, I'd like to reiterate, I would prefer to do posters with predominantly human characters, so hopefully we get less of these types moving forward. You should recreate the poster for a talking cat, so you have to be a cat, ha! Alright, you know what? I will gladly recreate the poster for a talking cat, because not enough people have seen this cinematic masterpiece. Myself included, but it's a damn shame. As you can see, I didn't put too much effort into making myself look like a cat, because f*** you. Next, also Finding Nemo, so you have to be a fish, haha. That would be funny, I think. Donovan, you're on a roll today, buddy. It would be funny if I made this poster, though. So I did. I even gave myself little fishtails, and colored myself to be like Marlin and Dory. And I even made myself the shark in the background. Because I'm a giver. You're welcome. Back to the... I'm assuming you meant Back to the Future, so we're going with that. Back to the Future. One of the best 1985 time travel movies directed by Robert Zemeckis that we'll ever see in this lifetime. He was never in time for his classes. He wasn't in time for dinner. Then one day, he went back to the future, the movie. Alright, let's make like a tree and move on to the next poster. Free Guy. Free Guy? Free Guy? Free Guy. Free Guy? Free Guy? Free Guy? Free Guy. Mid-90s. What the f*** is this movie? Apparently it's a movie written and directed by Jonah Hill about his childhood or something. I guess it was received pretty well. I mean, hey, it's someone's favorite movie. Good for him, I guess. Death in the Bunker. No, guys, no, I'm not doing a war movie, okay? Especially not this one. If you look up the poster, you'll understand. Captain America, Civil War. How mad would you be if I told you that I haven't seen this movie, but I've seen virtually every other MCU movie that came out after this one? Never mind, forget I said that. Let's just go ahead and recreate the poster. Yippee! Oh man, that sure is a poster for Captain America Civil War if I've ever seen one. United we shit, divided we fart. Moving on, Naruto. Hey, we finally got an anime movie suggestion. It's about time. This one was actually really fun to recreate, despite taking a little more work. I don't know why. Something about me looking so serious while also playing literally every character in the movie poster. It's just funny to me. If only I knew who these characters were. But I don't. Because I'm not a fucking weeb. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I love you. Fear Street. Sure, this one's a spooky poster. Ooh, scary. And all jokes aside, this one's pretty appropriate considering Halloween's just around the corner. I guess Frankenweenie also fit that archetype, but I forgot to mention it when I made that poster. Oops. Now, I'd like to call this next part of the video all the Spider-Man suggestions, because there were a lot of them. My friend Brennan wanted me to recreate the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I was happy to oblige. Technically, I asked for your favorite movie, not 3 of your favorite movies. But whatever, it's fine, it's whatever. Nah, I couldn't just make one of these posters without making the other 2. It would have felt like an incomplete job. Plus, I know how much these movies are loved by fans, even though I've only ever seen the first one. There you go, I hope I did these movies justice. Or completely butchered them. I actually would be okay with either outcome. Naturally, I also got a suggestion to recreate the Andrew Garfield movie posters. This person asked for either The Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, but I said fuck you and did both. Here's a time lapse of me making those. Moving on, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now this is a good one. I quite liked making this one just because I made it look really stupid, but also pretty accurate to the original poster in my opinion. I really try to strike a balance between good quality and shit quality with these. I hope that's obvious. Next we got Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't typically hear people say that this one was their favorite Spider-Man movie, let alone their favorite in the MCU Spider-Man trilogy. So points for originality. Finally, I got a ton of suggestions to recreate the poster for Spider-Man No Way Home. I guess it makes sense. This movie was hyped up quite a bit before it came out, and it was very pleasing to fans. Despite not being as involved in the cinematic Spider-Man lore as a lot of other people, I quite enjoyed this movie. And yes, it was just as easy to recreate this movie poster as all of the memes have blatantly pointed out. That technically was our last Spider-Man suggestion, but for good measure, let's throw in Venom Let There Be Carnage as an honorable Spider-Man movie, shall we? I never would have thought in a million years that this one would be anyone's favorite movie, but here we are. I just realized we never did Spider-Man Homecoming. I guess everyone just hates that one. Next, Cinderella 3. What a wonderful suggestion. I too quite enjoyed the direct-to-video third entry in the iconic Cinderella movie franchise. Yes, this one is very good. Next, Jurassic Park. Oh, this should be fun. In my opinion, there was really only one way for me to remake this poster, and I think I executed it flawlessly. I'm getting tired of saying next, but next, Rango. My friend Dean's favorite movie of all time. I had to remake this one. I didn't have a fish or whatever they use in the Rango poster, so I used an owl toy. I hope that works well enough for you. Clever transition to the next poster. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I'm honestly surprised I didn't get more Harry Potter movies. And before you ask, yes, I have seen the Harry Potter movies. I've seen up to Goblet of Fire. And then I stopped for some reason. But I'm sure they're good movies, I just don't have time to watch them because I'm too busy recreating the posters for them. Moving on, Ready Player One. I forgot this movie even came out. This is another one I don't feel like playing the time-lapse for because at this point, I just want to be done filming this video. Avengers Endgame. I don't know why I didn't see this coming, but I got a lot of suggestions for this movie, which makes sense. I mean, it's the second highest grossing movie of all time. It's bound to be a few people's favorites, but that just means I have to recreate another Avengers poster, specifically this one. Yay. I don't know why I'm whining about it. I actually had fun doing this one as well. It's just, like I said, they're not easy to make. There's a lot going on in these types of posters. There's so many characters and different poses, and they're in different fields of depth and everything. It's just a lot. But I did it. Because I love you. Also, I never got Infinity War suggested, so I guess everyone just hates that one. I don't have a favorite movie. Paddington. Ah yes, a classic. I've never seen Paddington. I've heard good things about it though. That's the most I can say about it. Man, I really need to watch more movies. Oh well, Gangnam Style. Ah, another banger from Donovan Carlson. This time in 2 different comments. Donovan, you're just a little silly little stinker, aren't you? I'm not just gonna stand here and humor you by remaking the poster for Gangnam Style or whatever, okay? I have a little bit more dignity than that. Just kidding, I don't. The joke of this comment is that Gangnam Style isn't a movie. That's why Donovan's comment was funny, in case you didn't catch that. Because you see, I asked for movie suggestions, and Donovan suggested Gangnam Style, which isn't a movie. It's actually really funny if you think about it. Revenge of the Sith. Ah, yes, I too love the Star Wars. You guys already know I haven't seen these movies. We don't need to linger on that fact, even though I just brought it up anyway. You know, I have a lot of admiration for the Star Wars franchise. Not enough to watch the movies, but Star Wars The Clone Wars. Yeah, I actually only got 2 Star Wars comments for this video, and one of them was for The Clone Wars out of all of the movies. I know the Clone Wars series is loved by fans, but really? The Clone Wars? I didn't even know they made a movie. Now I wait for the angry hardcore Star Wars fans to show up at my doorstep. Pixels. Who are these people that find Adam Sandler movies to be so good that they would go as far to say that they are their favorite movie? Sorry, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to remake the poster for the movie. I'll just shut up. Also, here's more potential nightmare fuel for you. Sonic 2. You know, out of all of the Sonic content I've consumed in the past 5 or so years, the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie is definitely one of them. Next, Songs of War. So at first when I saw this comment, I thought it was another war movie suggestion. Nope, turns out it's actually a Minecraft animation video movie thing made by Black Plasma Studios on YouTube. And no, I did not recreate the poster for it. But I did give them free exposure to like 10 people. Titanic, let's do it. This one came out looking so stupid, and I couldn't be more happy about it. I really need to see these world-renowned movies at some point. Can you say next? The Backyardigans Robot Rampage. Yes! Okay, I was waiting for someone to suggest this one. You know me and my love for the Backyardigans and their respective series tie-in movies. I love pretending to be all my favorite characters, like Orange Moose, and Mario 64 Penguin, and Girl, Scream, a classic horror movie, and a very easy movie poster to recreate. I approve of this suggestion. So this next person commented, Fortnite the movie, and then another person commented, Fortnite or Minecraft, they're both good. And then someone clarified that the suggestions needed to be movies, and then the person just responded, yeah, Minecraft or Fortnite. Very insistent that these are indeed movies. So yeah, f*** it, let's just do both of them. Let's just take the criteria for the prompt I gave you guys, that being that I wanted your favorite movie, and just throw it out the window. It's fine, guys. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. Continuing on. Shark Tale. Ah, the Will Smith Fish movie. DreamWorks' take on Finding Nemo. The Fish Mob Boss movie. The Uncanny Valley Fish movie. All of these are ways that you could describe this interesting piece of cinematic history. And now we can add this recreation of the poster to the extensive Shark Tale lore. Someone better add that to the wiki right away. Sus Bus. I don't know what this means or why this person commented it. It's not a movie. It's not a reference to anything from what I can see. I'm very confused. Someone help. Next up, we got another double whammy of movie suggestions. This time, 2 movies that I've literally never heard of in my life. The Gentleman and Kingsman: The Golden Circle. But hey, that won't stop me from making them. Nothing will stop me. Strangely enough, both of these posters look extremely similar. And you'd think they'd be easy to make, but for both of them I had to do a lot of trimming and visual editing, and it was just a whole process. But I did it, and now I will go back to never acknowledging the existence of these movies ever again. One Piece Stampede. No. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but this is too much. This poster is way too elaborate for me to recreate. I couldn't possibly make this in a decent amount of time that would be worth it for this one video, especially after doing 3 Avengers movies. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to pass. SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. I do love me some SpongeBob. I did see this movie in theaters when I was younger, but I really don't remember anything from it, besides the fact that I really had to pee during the movie. Sponging Bob's in our world indeed. I don't feel like doing this one. The Shining. Now this is going to be nightmare fuel for a lot of people. I heard The Shining is very spooky and scary, which is probably why I haven't watched it, because I'm a big old wuss. The Little Mermaid. Ah, yes, the unwoke version. I'm sorry, I don't even want to make that joke. Here's the poster, just enjoy it. This comment is not funny. And finally, to end things off, we have Your Name. I forgot what it was. Another movie I haven't seen, but I've been told it's pretty good. I mean, hell, the poster is pretty cool. Maybe I will check this one out at some point, if I ever escape from the YouTube content hellhole. And there you have it. Those were my recreations of 60 of the most iconic movie posters of all time. Some more iconic than others. If you want to see the high-resolution version of these posters without having to scroll through this video, go f*** yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll never make a video like this again.
What?